Hi, welcome back. This is Adventures with Dr. Joe. If you would, subscribe and like, it helps the channel a lot. I'm going to review these two DeWalt blowers, and you're thinking, why would I have two? Well, I've got two very large steel buildings that really need their own blower. And a number of years ago when I built the first steel building, this was the DeWalt blower that was available, and I bought it. It's the DCBL 720. Now we have the DCBL 722, and there are some interesting differences between the two. They're both great, don't get me wrong, but there are some interesting differences. They both have a 3-year warranty, one year on service, and a 90-day guaranteed a return program. So the warranties are identical. They're both very high power, but they have some differences. They both use the standard DeWalt 20-volt max battery system. The 722 has it located here. The 720 has it located here in the base. This is heavier than this. The weights are 7.1 pounds and 5.43 pounds, so it's about a pound heavier. But ironically, the newer one is actually louder than the older one. The older one is pretty quiet, has a sound rating of 61. This has a sound rating 66. But it's probably because of the greater CFM, cubic feet per minute flow, and the greater nozzle outlet speed. So let's talk about those, because those are two important differences. The new 722 has an outlet speed of 125 miles an hour, significantly greater than the 720 at 90. This also had 400 cubic feet per minute airflow. This has 450. So it's really stepped it up. More cubic flow, greater volume, faster speed. Probably going to be more efficient, but with that comes a little bit increased noise, so it's a little bit louder. They both have an axial high performance fan, and they both take all the same batteries. And when you've got the DeWalt battery system, which I have for drills and multi-tools and cordless grinders, etc., it makes total sense to get the unit that uses the same battery. So that's what we did. They both have some other features that are interesting. They have a speed lock here and a speed lock here. They're different. And as the speed lock is moved backwards, it increases the flow rate. Also a variable speed trigger here. This is on top, which is more ergonomic, the variable speed control lock, and they both are variable trigger and variable speed. So they're very similar in a lot of ways, but very different in two. And the most important, of course, is what? Speed. 125 versus 90 is pretty significant. 450 cubic feet a minute versus 400. That's the big deal. So obviously, if you have a choice to buy the two, this is the one you should consider, because it also has this interesting concentrator nozzle. Let's take a close-up look at that. So this nozzle clips onto the end of the tube here, and you can see it has a very high-tech design that concentrates the airflow. As you have a similar airflow through a smaller diameter, the flow increases dramatically. That's again why we have a much faster outlet speed, 125 versus 90. It also has an interesting design here that you can use actually as a scraper. If you've got something stubborn on the ground or whatever, you can scrape it, pop it up, and then blow it out. So this tip, this nozzle, this concentrator nozzle, I think is a nice addition. The end of the 720 is just open. As you can see clearly here, darkened out here, they're both brushless motors, so they're going to last a long time. They don't have brushes which will wear out, so these should be good for a long time. Again, they're both really high quality units. But today, if you have the choice, the 722 seems to be the way to go. It sells for about $139 tool only, and I'm sure you can get a better price than that. But this is a great unit that I found to work very successfully, very efficiently. and I'm really glad I've got it. This has served me well for the last 2 years, however, and it doesn't owe me a penny. It's done really well, but I think this is going to be a definite improvement. So thank you very much for your attention. Again, Adventures with Dr. Joe. If you subscribe and like, it's very helpful. Please consider that. Check these out. They're really quite excellent. They're both good. This is probably the way to go today. So as always, stay safe and thank you.